Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Gary Talks Truth, where Gary talks about true things in this universe and not lies, conspiracies, or utter bullshit. So I'm sort of on vacation now. I'm coming to you from a dear old friend's house in the marina of San Francisco. So we're making a California tour, the wife and I. So I'm going to make this one a little shorter, but I think it's very important that if you go back to the last Wednesday episode, you'll see I was talking about one of the most frightening developments in the radical right's march to destroy this country and its democracy, its people, and that is Praeger U4 Kids. And if you heard last week's episode, I talked about the two gentlemen, I guess I'll call them right now, who grew up in poverty, got a fracking business, one of those wholesome family businesses. Sold it, made a fortune. They're still in the oil pumping and fracking business, I guess. But they've donated all this money to this fake university. It's not a university at all. It's called Praeger, Praeger, Praeger U, the number 4 Kids. Look them up, please. This institution is a direct threat to the children of this country. They've already started preying on the children in Florida. I mean, with Rhonda Santos, my favorite drag queen, assistance and quite willing participation. And now it's been, since I made the last broadcast, it's now in Oklahoma. So the scary thing about these things is like all Nazis, the MAGA-NAZIs understand clearly that if you want to influence people, you start with the children. The old people will die out and the children will never know the truth. So some of these videos are shocking in their direct manipulation of the young mind. I urge you to please log on. You'll have to sign up. It's free. And you can put their emails in your spam folder so they won't annoy you, but it'll give you access to what is a clear and present danger to the children of this country. And when this thing starts to spread further, it will, just like cancer or a virus, it's going to spread a lot further. More and more children are going to come under its influence, and they are young, and they believe the adults in the room, and they believe things that are presented to them in that format that Praeger uses. If you go see it, see one of their videos, you'll see exactly what I mean. The whole thing, slavery wasn't so bad, and the people who are talking to you about renewable energy are lying to you. They say this to the kids that are the navigators in these animated films of theirs, 2 white kids. And on and on and on. It's revolting. They use phrases like real Americans all the time. Real Americans believe that fossil fuels are the way to go. Other people think about renewables. Real Americans believe that there should be some kind of separation of the races, and where those other people don't. So it's just horribly frightening. It's horribly frightening. And I can't, I'm just glad my kids are out of school now. One's a West Point grad and one's got her master's, so they're well beyond that, the reach of these people. But I do, in all seriousness, please just take a minute out of your busy day, especially if you have children or children in your family. If you don't have, you may have nieces, nephews, grandkids who may be getting exposed to this stuff. And it is bad news. You need to be able to speak up when it comes to your neck of the woods and is trying to be introduced into your schools or your loved one's schools. This is not one of those things where you go, oh, what's so bad? It could be okay. No, this is bad. It will not be okay. And when you see it, I know you will agree with me. There's just no question. Any sane person would. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm on vacation and I haven't really prepared an organized rant. I'll be on vacation next week too, but I'll have a little more free time to come up with some more facts and figures. And I am going to rant on about this Praeger U until they're gone or until they're recognized for the Nazi propaganda machine that they are. I mean, it's shocking. I'm sorry, I know I keep saying that, but if you see one video, you're going to walk around for a day or two going, holy crap, how do they do that? So please, I urge you, for the love of children in this country, check it out and get involved. And while I got your attention, I think I'll talk to you about the latest news from Florida and Governor Ron DeSantis, my favorite drag performer, is now coming out and attacking the new booster shots and the medicine behind all of that. The science, you know, he doesn't like science. Science is for those people. And ridiculing people who do it, attacking institutions that promote it and help people to get access to it. And once again, he's just going to be killing people. I mean, if somebody decides not to be vaccinated because of something this petty little man says to them, well, I mean, I shouldn't say this, but it's kind of hard to feel sorry for him. But for older folks, you know, they tend to still have some respect for institutions of government, and they very well may base their decision on whether to be vaccinated or not on something that the governor they voted for says. So yeah, he'll be murdering people again, and he'll be walking on their corpses, trying to run for the White House, which I honestly believe he'd be worse than Trump. Not that I'm saying we should have Trump instead of him. We don't ever need another Republican in the White House for another 40, 50, 100 years, I think. That's just my humble opinion. But it's also worth your time to follow what this nutcase is doing. It's easy to do. You know, he's saying outrageously stupid things like Dirty Donnie used to do just to get headlines, and it's working. The media falls right in place and does that for him. So he's not easy to or hard to find. Actually, he's hard to miss because it's so loud and so obnoxious and so outrageous. So please, this democracy of ours, this noble experiment, this work in progress, which is what it is, depends on the participation, as Jefferson said, of an informed public. I don't know if you have any friends or neighbors who say, oh, I never vote, or oh, I don't pay any attention to that. Well, they're part of the problem. They are. You can tell them I said so. And have them call me or something, but you've got to participate. You've got to stay informed. And there's nothing wrong with talking about it. You don't have to get in people's faces. You don't have to be abusive unless you're a MAGA-NAZI. Then, since you have no facts behind you, then you have to get abusive. But the good people of this country, the overwhelming majority, are usually willing to sit down and talk about things one-on-one or two-on-two without name-calling and finger-pointing and whataboutism and crap like that just destroys our civil discourse. So stay informed. Stay informed about Ron DeSantis, Florida's leading drag performing queen, and Praeger U4 Kids. This is bad news, folks. This is not good stuff. If there was another Republican administration and one of these weasel dicks got into a government oversight of education in the department or wherever, this filth would be fed to all the kids in this country. You better believe it, because it falls right in line with the MAGA-NAZI thinking. Our history is perfect. We never did anything terrible to anybody. This is a perfect place. We're all perfect people. So there's no need to go over the past. No. So please check this stuff out. Stay informed. In the meantime, if you'd like to make an appearance here or be quoted or whatever, you can write to me at thepodcast, one word, thepodcast at gvbrights.com, or visit the website, which of course is www.gvbrights.com, where you can see more about. I also do a podcast every week and a half that talks more about the role of historical fiction and identifying problems we have today, as well as a short political rant at the end, of course. And you can also see information on the books that I've written. All of them very well received by the critics. One was named the best book of the year, or one of the best books of the year. Sorry, didn't want to get a big head when it came out. So I'm very proud of it. And you can see where the money goes because I mentor kids in Africa, and the royalties go to those kids. So education's free in Malawi, but books are not. The required uniform is not. And for a family that's living on $1 or $2 a day, it's tough. So you can see where to donate if you chose to on the website. The website gets nothing. It's a straight click through to the NGOs that operate in Africa. One is just for young girls and women, and the one that I work with does high school age kids and younger. So check it out. You can be a part of it too if you want, or you can get a free book on Kindle Unlimited, and you get a good read and do a good deed at the same time. I mean, that's pretty cool, isn't it? You don't get to do that very often. So I'm going to cut it short and end now. Please think about what I said. Just take a minute and go to Praeger U4 Kids. And if that doesn't scare the poop out of you, nothing will. It's that bad. So take care, everybody, and I will be back here next week. Bye.